Hey you, watching this video, spread love.
Hey familia, today's video is sponsored by YouTube Memberships. YouTube Memberships allows you to partner up with your favorite YouTubers and gain access to all kinds of perks. To become a member, click the join button below. Bienvenidos and welcome back, familia, to another free online guitar lesson. Today is lesson number 4. We're going to review what we've learned so far, and we are going to learn 2 new chords. And I've got a special surprise at the end for those of you who are learning today. Robin, I'm really excited and I'm happy that your barred chords are starting to sound like something. And that means you put in some work, you put in some practice. Hermanita, welcome to the lesson. Hi, Angela, welcome. Jaylina, hola, and welcome. Hey, we got David Wellman in the house. All right, cool. So we're going to briefly touch on a couple of things that we covered in the last lesson. So if you can hear me, let me know with a thumbs up or say I can hear you in the live chat. Just want to make sure that everything is working and that you can hear me okay, and that you can see me. So here's me in the guitar and my comfy pullover that I like to wear whenever it gets it starts to cool down. I like to stay warm at all times, so I will wear my hoodie often, and my hair and the way that my hair is growing kind of shows it because it's growing in every single direction. But anyway, I'm so excited. We're going to learn some power chords today. No, I'm just kidding. Not power chords today, but we are going to learn some different chords. So I'm just going to touch on a couple of things really quickly. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, to some people who have made some donations via PayPal, to Carmen, Carol, and Justin. Thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you to our members, our YouTube members. Your contributions are making these lessons possible. And thank you to our Patreon partners. Your contributions are making things like this possible for people to learn music all around the world. And I'm excited, familia. This is my love. This is my passion, is music. I love talking about music. I wish I knew more about music, but what I do know is mostly just the emotional feelings and the all the different beautiful patterns and all that. But I'm giving you what I know, and and hopefully that's enough for you to be better than I am. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you all have learned. Before we get to reviewing what we were talking about last time, let's start off with our warm up. So go ahead and stretch your fingers out, your left hand on your left hand, just like this. Just stretch them out, wiggle them around like you're saying hello, 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 Robin, hello, Carmen, hello, David, hello, Erika, who's in the other room. Hello, Angela. No diminished chords today, especially with suspension. David. All right. Excellent. So for those of you who are beginning, don't get thrown off by the diminished and the augmented and suspended and the minor 9s and 7s and all that other stuff. All right, add 11. We're not worried about that stuff. We're going to worry about learning the basics, the very basic chords that we need to get started on the guitar. But before we do that, let's work on our exercise, on our warm-up exercise. And I want to remind you that you want to have each finger to their assigned fret. So the first fret, this one on the second fret, this one on the third, this one on the fourth. And with your right hand, remember we are resting our finger, our phalanges down here, and we're resting our thumbs sort of at an angle, so not straight like this. It's not, my thumb is not facing the sound hole. It's more like pointing towards my other fingers. Resting it, and on the very edge of the finger, let me see if I can illustrate that, on the very edge. So my finger's not on it like this, almost on the other side. It's not in the middle. It's like right close to the edge. And what we do is we press down and rest it on the next string, right? Oh, I had my tuner on and it told me it was tuned. All right. So keeping that in mind, keeping the right hand in its place and keeping these fingers on their place, we're going to start with the exercise. We're going to play open, first, second, third, fourth, third, second, first, and then open again. And we're going to do some whole notes. So we're going to strum it on the beat of 1. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2. We're strumming on the beat of 1. Okay. All right. If you're ready to go, let me know. Give me a thumbs up and we'll get started right away. And while you do that, I want to let you know that we're having a blocked party tomorrow. We have a couple of songs that are picked out, but if you want to hear some music with us, with Erika and I, you can make your suggestions in the comment section of that video, or you can join us live and make the suggestions there. Actually, we're going to reward people for joining us on the live, and we're just going to take live suggestions. So join us on that. Okay, excellent. We got Hermanita Dori is ready. Robin is ready. And all right, I'm going to count us off. And here we go. We're going to start off with open string. Remember that. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, and open. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So now let's do that one more time. My chart is covering. Okay, I'll get it off. Here we go. So we're gonna do that one more time, except we're gonna strum on the beat of 1 and the beat of 3. So it's gonna be boom, 2, boom, 2, boom, 2, boom, 4, boom, 2, boom, 4. Got it? Let me know if that was clear enough. So we're gonna go like, it's gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so we're gonna strum on 1 and on 3. All right, and I will refrain from calling out which fret we're on while I'm counting, so that 1, I don't throw you off, and 2, I don't throw myself off. All right, so here we go. Let's try that one more time. Remember, fingers resting down here, okay? And we're just strumming down and resting the thumb on the next finger, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're practicing this at home, be sure that you are beginning with an open string and you end with an open string and play it all the way through. So now we're going to do it in quarter notes. So we're going to play on every beat. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going to slow it down though. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the exercise one more time, except that once we get back to this one, we're going to continue with this next string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're gonna continue with the 5th string. So now we're working this hand. We already started working out this hand. We got it. Now we're gonna start working with this hand as well. Okay, well, with this thumb, and I want you to keep your fingers in place in that same place. Okay. What this is doing is it's training your thumb to know the difference and the distance between this string and this string. Later on, we'll go to these strings and it'll know that this string is here, muscle memory, okay? And it'll know how high it needs to go from here to reach each string. You got that? Does that make sense? So we're going to start off, but we're going to do it in single notes. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? When we come right back around, we're going to start, when we're finished with the top string, we're going to start off with the next string over, okay? Let me know if you're ready to go, or if you need a minute to think that through, or to connect that in your head. Thank you all so much, by the way, for showing up. For those of you who have shown up consistently every week, And then I apologize for not having a lesson on Thursday. Erika and I have not been feeling well. Our sinuses have been killing us, but thankfully we're a lot better. I speak for myself. Erika still has some stuff that she's dealing with, but I think from now on, moving forward, I think we're going to do it once a week because I want to give you guys enough time to practice. All right, cool. So Dodi and Robin are ready. We're going to get started with this countdown. Ready? We're going to go on play. I'm sorry, on one after play. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Next string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, moving forward, when you practice this at home, I want you to try to do at least 3 strings in one setting. So before you used to practice it once and then put it down. Now I want you to do it once and then the next string over, put it away. Then when you come back, practice it again. And if you can, go to that 4th string, which would be the 3rd from top to bottom, but the 4th string in your warm-ups, okay? Just to get those fingers a little bit more used to pressing, okay, and going down. And then also getting your thumb used to playing this, okay? When I play Mexican music, I kind of have to know where each one of these are because I play the bass and I strum the guitar at the same time. See how I alternate between this and this, and I have to know where each one is. So So make sure you're practicing that, familia. Thank you so much for joining me. Good job, everybody. I'm really glad you guys were able to get that. Okay, let's look at this chart really briefly. Remember I asked you to memorize this, right? What did I say it was? Eat another delicious giant burrito, everybody, right? These are the notes of each string, right? And then each one of these where you press, every fret is also a different note, right? This first fret is F, and this 3rd fret is G. In between, there is another note, but we're not going to learn those yet until we've got these down. On the next string over, you have this A. This is the A string. Remember I called it the A train last time. And when you go to the 2nd fret, that's your B, and this is your C. All right, and this is what it looks like. To get to B major, we started off with an A formation. We switched fingers. We slid that over, and then we barred that note, right? And the same thing we did with F. To get to F, we started off with E on the E train. We switched fingers, and then we moved over 1 fret, just 1, and then we barred that 1st fret, right? So now we're going to learn our E minor. And to do E minor, we're going to start with an E major. So go ahead and put your fingers in E major formation and let me know with a thumbs up when you've got it, when your fingers are there, okay? In the same way that we started off our major group by E and A, I'm going to show you E and A as well here, E minor and A minor. And then I got a surprise for you. All right, so let me know. So we're starting off with an E major, which is your your middle finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, your ring finger on the string right below it, the 4th string on the same fret, and then this one on the 3rd string, your 1st finger on your first fret, 3rd string. And we got Robin is ready to go. 2 thumbs up. How do you have your hand on the formation with both thumbs up? Or I should say, how do you have your both thumbs up? Never mind. It was supposed to be a joke, but I failed horribly. Okay, we got Dori. Okay, so I'm wondering if anybody else is joining us, because I only keep getting thumbs up from Dori and Robin. All right, so I'm going to move forward. All right. So in order to do an E minor, we're going to start off with this. This is just a formula, okay, a cheat. But I don't want you to learn it this way. I want you to know how to get to it without going this way. But all you need to do is remove your index finger. That's it. So this is what it looks like. See, you started here, A major. Just move this finger off. Now you have a minor, E minor. So however your beautiful mind wants to memorize that, whether you want to memorize it by first going here and then removing it there, or if you want to do what we've been doing lately, which is just taking a picture of it and storing that picture and then putting your hand down and then going there, you can do that, okay? You usually start there anyway. You put this finger last, right? So at the end, just don't add it. However you want to learn it, it's completely up to you. Everyone learns differently. You use whatever method you have to use in order to do that. And I would love it if you would share that method with me. If this is working for you, say that's working for me. But if you have your own way, let me know, because this helps me with future students. I could say, oh, I had one student that learned it this way, and maybe that's their way of learning. You never know. Okay, so whatever your preferred method is, learn it that way. So this is your E minor. That's your E minor there. Before we move to A minor, I want you to put your hand down, and then remember, we're not tilting the guitar. Okay, we're having it flat. Okay, I forgot what parallel. Yeah, parallel, I guess, to your chest, right? I want you to reach over, picture your fingers there, and then move them there once that picture is clear. Okay. And if you learned E minor, give me a thumbs up. I'm talking to Robin and Dori. Angela says, I'm just here to be a blessing. Oh, thank you so much. You're such a blessing. Thank you so much for joining us. And One World says, I love those guitar note charts. Thank you so much, One World. And I really wish that you would pick up a guitar and learn with us. I'm glad you enjoy these. Thank you. Okay, Dori and Robin are ready. Okay, Kenny's ready, and he's here too. Excellent. Okay, cool. Okay, so you got E minor. All right, let's move on to A minor. But before I show you A minor, I want you to notice one other thing that happened. Okay, this, we removed it, right? Which means that this note went from being pressed here to being open, which means that we made this one flat. Okay, don't worry about that. I'm just planting a seed here. You'll know what flat means soon enough. This one just went a half step down. Okay, these are half steps. Each one of these is called a half step. So if I go from this finger to this fret, that's a half step. If I go here, I move a whole step. And so what we're doing with this note here, the bottom one, we're moving it a half step down, right, in order to get to that E minor. So now let's go to A minor by first doing an A major. Let me know when your fingers are there in that A major. When your fingers are in that A major formation, let me know. Okay. What we're going to do with this A major is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this third finger and we're going to make it flat. So we're going to go a half step down as well. Okay. But in order to do that, we need to switch fingers just like we did before. Remember how we switched fingers? We went here and we moved these two up to move this pinky here. Well, instead of moving the pinky there, we're going to go here. Let me show you. I don't want to confuse you. This is what A minor looks like. So we're moving our second and third finger. We're moving it up one string and then we're putting our index finger. So if you notice, it kind of looks like an E major formation, but except this is E major up here on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd, and A minor is on the 4th, 2nd, and 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. That's it right there. Okay. So however you want to memorize that. Hi, Celia. Welcome. Right? So E minor, you started off E major, and then we remove this one. For an A minor, it's like doing an A major, but one string down, if that's how you want to memorize it. Otherwise, if you want to memorize it by going to your A major first, bringing these 2 strings up, and then this one here, you can memorize it that way. However you want to memorize it is completely up to you. Yeah, Celia, I'm really sorry. I started half an hour earlier than usual. I just thought that maybe some people might appreciate starting a little teensy weeny little bit early. For music nerds, A minor and C major are the same key, right? So yes, it is. So that's how you do the A minor there, right? You can memorize it whichever way you want to, or you can do it the way that I've been teaching you as well, which is get your fingers off and go straight there. Remember, this is what matters. This formation here, that I can say E minor, boom, that's the E minor formation. A minor, boom, right there. C, G, D, right? F, B, right? That's what matters here, that your hand memorizes the formation. And the best way to do it is to get your hands off of it, stick your neck out, picture your fingers there, and then move them there. Right? So congratulations. You now know 9 chords. 9 chords. You know all your major chords, A, B, you know C, D, E, F, and G. Right? That's 7. And now you know E minor and A minor. E minor and A minor. And I want you to notice the difference between the minors and the majors. Here, A, I like to think of them like majors. I like to think of them as happy chords. So la, and then when I hear a minor chord, I think it's a sad note. Na, happy, hello world, are you excited? No, I'm not. It's been a hard day for me today. So if you ever hear a song out there and it sounds sort of sad, there's a chance that it's in a minor key. Okay, key is just tells you what note it's on or what chord is on. Okay, so there you have it. Now you know 9 chords. 9 chords. 9 chords. Little inside joke there. But here is something else that I wanted to share with you. I said that I had sort of like a secret for you at the end, right? A surprise for you at the end of our lesson. Okay, so we've learned 2 new chords, E minor and A minor. And here is the surprise, familia. Remember this chart. Okay, remember how in order to get to F, we did an E formation, and then we changed that E and moved it forward to do an F but still using that E formation, right? And I showed you that if you did an A formation and you move that A forward 2 frets forward, you can get that B, and then you can also get that C, right? Well, guess what? Not only did I just teach you 2 chords, I taught you 6. I taught you 6 chords just now. And here is what I mean. Check this out. So we have an E minor here, right? E minor. That's the chord that I taught you. But remember, if we move that E minor down the train, we're going to learn another chord. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch fingers and only play with our pinky and ring finger, that E minor. We're going to move it forward 1 fret, and then bar that first fret. Hello, F minor, F minor. And guess what? You take that same formation and you move it 2 frets forward, so a whole step. Guess what you have here? Who wants to guess what note chord this is? So we started off in E minor, we switched fingers, we moved it forward and barred, so that's our F minor. Who wants to guess what this chord is? Same formation. Remember, down the E train, we moved it 1, that's our F minor. And notice that I moved this finger up like this. So F major looks like this, F minor is without that, right? So what happens if I move this formation 2 frets forward? 2 frets forward. Bingo, Robin, G minor. So you just learned 2 extra chords today. I just taught you E minor, A minor, and then thanks to the E train, we learned F and G minor. So that's 4 chords, right? But wait, there's more. I sound like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. Guess what? I also taught you an A minor. A minor. Here's the A minor there. Boom, right? And guess what? If we switch fingers, let's switch fingers, okay? So we're going to move this one here and that one there. Let me know when you're ready, okay? So we went from this A minor. We're going to lift this finger up, put that finger above it, pinky down there, and replace that with their index finger. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Raise this one, move that one up, put your pinky underneath it, and then replace that one with this, okay? Same thing, just different finger positions. And if I move that one 2 frets forward and bar, guess what? B minor. B minor. And that's the magic number. B minor. But guess what? If I move the same formation, meaning I don't change a thing, all I do is move it 1 fret forward. 1. Who can guess what chord that is? Who can guess? Who can guess? It's a C minor. C minor, right? Minor, David. So we went from A minor, we switched fingers, moved it 2 frets forward, according to this chart over here. If I move that A, let me go here. If I'm in this A formation here, this A, and I move it 2 frets forward, that makes it a B. So if I'm doing an A minor and I move it here, that's a B minor. And if I move it 1 fret forward, it's a C minor. C minor. See how cool that is? Like we just learned 6 chords by learning 2. Real Life School of Rock. Yeah, I'm glad you got that, Juliana. So you learned E minor and A minor, and using those same formations, moving them forward down the train, we learned F, G, B, and C minor. The only chord left is going to be a D minor, which you'll get extra points if you learn it from the app that we created. The link is in the description down below. You use that app. You're now able to test yourself. And see how much you've retained. Does that make sense? Let me know if all of that made sense. Now all you need to do is look at this as a map. If I'm doing an A minor here and I move this 2 frets forward, I need to switch fingers and bar that. That's your B minor there. And if I'm on the 3rd fret, that's your C minor. Okay? C minor. You got to make sure that you're on the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then 1st string down there. Okay? So check this out one more time. You got E minor. You switch fingers. You move it 1 fret forward on the E train, 1 fret. And then you bridge, or you bar the 1st fret, excuse me. Now you have A F minor. If you move that a whole step forward, now you have your G minor. That's your G minor. And guess what? For those, I'm going to plant a seed. What comes after G? Remember, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. What comes after G? Does anyone know? I taught that in the first lesson. I said there's only 7 chords, and then what happens after G? Let's see who can get it. Celia and Aaron, right? It goes to A. So if I went here, look at this, E, I moved a half step over, that's F, a whole step over, that's G, and if I move the whole step forward there, which means I'm on the 5th fret, there's my A minor again, A minor, just played over here. So when I play that, oye, como va? I'm playing that A minor. I can also do it here. Right, if you're doing a half step, then it's G sharp, right? Then it's G sharp, but a whole step is A. So I'm just planting seeds here, okay? Planting seeds, because this 5th fret would be an A, which is this A over here, right? And then a whole step from A is B, a half step from B is C, and I'll show you more on that on the next lesson. But that's going to be it for today's lesson. I'm going to just to kind of recap here, okay? We learned A minor. To get to E minor, we started off with major and we removed that finger. Now that's E minor, right? To get to A minor, we started off with A major and we made that 3rd finger, we made it flat. So that's A minor. And now I showed you this chart that you got that same A formation here, but on the 2nd fret, that makes it a B minor. And then if you move it to the 3rd fret, you'll see his 3 FR, so 3rd fret. This is the 5th fret. If you're on the 3rd fret, same formation, same minor formation, that's your C minor chord there, right? And then I showed you how to get to that E minor. If you switch fingers and move it down the fret, 1 fret forward, that makes it F minor. And if you move it 2 frets forward, a whole step, so on the 3rd fret, there you have your G minor chord. So I taught you 2 chords today, but in doing so, in teaching you 2 chords, you learned 6. And now there's only 1 chord left in the minor group, which is awesome, because now you're going to know 14 chords. So you know 13 of them now. You're more than halfway through. And then once we learn the 7th chords, then we're going to get into like how they work and how they work together. So far, you already have E minor. So get this. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. E minor. You have been so D major, which we've already covered, and then a C, right? Oh, the E minor to D major to C major, then G. Now you have all the chords. Yes, oh yes, all the chords you need to play this song that I was a big crybaby to. And now you could play it at church. And then you'll be real cool, and everyone will tell you, hey, how did you learn how to play? And you'll be like, yeah, this guy online, he taught us how to play for free. Watch the lessons before he takes them down. It's reckless love, yeah. Na 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 na. All right, I'm not calling God reckless and all, but a lot of you people are going to leave comments in the comment section still adamant that I'm calling him reckless, but that's not what I'm saying at all, bro. You know? Anyway, just a little venting there. But there it is. There it is. You know how to play Reckless Love now. You have the formula. So if you wanted to, you can practice that. You can go, okay, E minor, and then go from E here, you're going to go to D, and then you're going to go to C. So you can practice that now. Just putting your fingers where they belong. Here, here, here for the verse. The chorus is E, D, C, and then G. You know all those chords. So if you wanted to practice it, see, I'm not strumming. All I'm doing is this. All I want is this. Right? The strumming we'll get into. Don't worry about this, because I don't want to throw your hands off. Okay. I don't want to confuse them. I want this to be certain of where to go, so that your brain's not having to go, okay, am I strumming correctly? Because you got to count, and then oh I forgot, and then what is it again? I don't want to do that. So practice this first. Practice switching, and then this will come. I'll show you different patterns and all that. All right. How do I learn to properly strum? Yeah. So that's going to take practice. So please focus on this alone for now. Okay. So maybe you could do one. Remember how I told you to rest it? So all you do is this. You just graze all of the strings. Just visit them, pass by, right? All the way, and then okay. All this other stuff like. That's going to come with practice. I'll show you a simple version of that, and then eventually you'll get used to that rhythm, and then add a little bit of spice, flair to it, and add a little bit of what's yours. This is one of the things that I love about drums. When I sometimes see my guitar as a percussion instrument, I can. And I can add all kinds of different patterns there. Right? You can add all kinds of awesome stuff to it. But for now, let's keep it nice and simple. Single strum, single strum, single strum. I'll see you all in a week. Okay, I'm going to give you all 1 week to practice all your minor chords. Okay, and then I'm going to show you that D minor. For those of you who are learning fast, you can use the app. The link is in the description. You can use the app to learn how to play D minor. Just look for the minor chord, and then you can be a little bit ahead, and that's okay. But for those of you who want to take your time, who you have busy schedules, it's not that you learn slower, but you have busy schedules, you have kids, you have grandkids. I totally understand all that. And if you're young, you have homework and all kinds of stuff. So it's understandable. So just take your time, but you have until next week. Hot Tamale says, why are you using classical? Okay, so I'm used to playing this because this is what I use for work. Whenever I have a gig and I play at a party, most of the songs that I play use their music like Spanish trio music, and so it's what I'm used to. And another thing is I encourage people, exactly, David, is I encourage people to start off with a classical because the strings are made out of nylon. They're softer on your fingers, and it makes learning a lot easier. If you start off with a electric guitar, or even an acoustic electric guitar, you have to be really dedicated to learning, because your fingers are going to hurt a lot faster, a lot more than with these strings. You're going to need to really put in some practice so that you can build a callus as fast as you can. And then in my experience, especially with like teenage students or younger, they end up quitting after a few lessons because their fingers hurt. They don't see practice as something good, as something positive, and then they end up quitting. So in order for you to avoid people quitting, I'd say start off with nylon strings. It's just the best way. It's just the best way to go. Plus, you can always, if you have like a gathering or fire, like I don't know, bonfire, or just want to quickly sing happy birthday, this is a good guitar for that. And then, if you have gigs, like say you play at church, then you start off you can do it. Also, you can switch. So you don't have to be either or, but I think if you're serious about it, electric guitar, you want to start off with electric guitar, you just got to be really serious about it. You can't quit. You gotta really put in the practice. If you aren't sure, then start off with nylon, and then eventually graduate to electric guitar if you see fit. I remember when I was in high school, I had a friend of mine who who joined the band, and then that band kicked him out because they didn't think he was good enough on guitar. So he wanted to start off a band because we were going to do a battle of the bands in school. So he's like, "Hey, they kicked me out of the band. You want to start a band and beat them at the battle of the bands?" I was like, "Sure." I said, "But we need a bass player," and he's like, "I'll learn." So I taught him how to play bass on the acoustic guitar because we didn't have instruments. I had a classical guitar. I taught him how to play bass on the guitar, and the first time he ever played bass was the day of the Battle of the Bands. We raised the money to buy him a bass, and he played bass for the very first time. Battle of the Bands. We won first place. So you can learn here and then graduate to the bass or graduate to electric guitar. It's totally up to you. Depends on what you want to do. All right. I know what I'm doing for the most part. I just need to do it. Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to do is just put in the work. These videos are going to stay up. So if you miss something, you can revisit the video. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, you can also do that. Just email me. I forgot to put the email in, but Erika, if you can put the email in, it's lafamiliaguitaracademy@gmail.com. You could just say, "Hey, can I have one lesson?" And yeah, we could schedule something. We could schedule a lesson like this, and you can be on screen, and then we can correct anything that may need correcting, or I can help you out with whatever it is that you feel you need help. So for private lessons, I'm thinking they're going to be $33 a lesson. If you want to do consistent a month, then they'll be $30 a lesson, but they have to be paid up front just to make sure that that when I book you, you commit to a specific time. If you cancel, you cancel. If I cancel, I can reschedule, or if you get to me ahead of time, we can reschedule. But I just want to make sure that if we make a commitment like that my schedule is blocked specifically for you. Can one-on-one be for ukulele? Sure. Yeah, let me know. I mean, I have to memorize the chords. I know the fingering positions that are the same as the guitar, but the chords are different. So yeah, if you want to learn ukulele, sure, we can do it one-on-one. That's completely fine as well. Yeah, I just wanted to keep it consistent with the 333. So it's 33 if you pay individually, and $30 a lesson if you pay all up front. So giving you a discount for paying everything up front. So this is the email. If you're interested in that, send me an email and we'll schedule something for you. Do I do piano? I do not. I don't. No, unfortunately, I don't. However, the guy who played piano for the song "The Voice of God" with Dante Bowe, he does piano lessons. He does really I'm not sure if he does beginner. I think he should. I mean, you can reach out to him if you're interested in that. Let me know. Send me your email. I'll reach out to him and ask him, and then I'll connect the two of you. My nephew is teaching himself, and my daughter taught herself piano. But I think Latavius, thank you. My daughter, I taught her a few chords. She's teaching herself more guitar all on her own, and she transferred stuff to the piano too. So she's learning. I know one person who does piano. Who does piano? Oh, is that a joke? Are you gonna make a joke? Because I'm teaching myself by learning songs. Yeah, it's a great way of learning. The thing is too, with that, you want to make sure that you're getting the right, just like in the guitar, that you're getting the right habits in place right from the beginning, so that you're not, doing this. Like, like some people type on the keyboard and they're 2-finger typers, and then eventually there are people who actually set their fingers on A as D F and J K L colon, and then you could type a lot faster. Same thing. It's harder to get used to that and get away from this once that habit's already been put in place. So you want to make sure that you start the habits right from the very beginning, that you learn, maybe go on YouTube and learn like piano warm-up exercises. And I'm sure that there will be people who will teach you how to do that. My mom knows how to play piano, but she doesn't teach, and she really doesn't have the patience to teach, to be honest, or the time probably. But yeah, you can. I always wanted to transfer the skills to guitar. Good, yeah. So now you'll be able to see, if you play piano, Aaron, you'll be able to see that it's the same. Every fret is chromatic. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, and so on. So you just got to memorize the names of the strings so that you know where you are on the fretboard, just like on the piano. Except that the notes are more spread out. So here's an octave. This is it, and then the 12th fret is an octave. So which on the piano the octave is a lot closer, right? So yeah, learning scales as well. Scales is another great way of learning. Does he teach theory? Yeah, he does. Latavius is like he's an incredible jazz player, amazing jazz player, and yeah, he'll teach you all that. I've seen. You can follow him on Instagram. His name is Latavius, just like Angela spelled it out, Latavius, and I think his Instagram is Latavius Music. And you'll see every once in a while he'll do a live with a student, and he'll teach them like, okay, like here's your A major, but what is this? And he'll change one note, and then he'll have his students like guess, oh, is that a 6? Yeah, no. He's like, this is a 6. What is this? And it's like, oh, it's an 11th, whatever. So he knows. He's a serious player, and he can show you all of that. Anything you need to know, I'm pretty sure he'll know. My grandkids play piano. They taught themselves how to play Halloween. They scared their mom. Yeah, kids, that's kind of the first thing they want to play is either that or Happy Birthday. I learned how to play Happy Birthday. I know a few chords, major chords, minor chords, but I don't know enough to be able to teach you, to be honest. I just don't. I'd have to teach myself and then teach. Maybe I could teach myself and learn the basics like I'm teaching here and then teach that. But no, I like to stick to my guitar. Oh yeah, so yeah, his Instagram is Latavius Mulzak. That's right. Thank you, Erika. Latavius Mulzak, Mulzac. Look him up on Instagram. If you are interested in piano, just reach out to him. He's really cool. He's very approachable. Especially if he's doing a live. Say or if he leave a comment on one of his latest videos, he'll respond. He's really cool about that. Liana E, my oldest daughter, she taught herself how to play like Beauty and the Beast and Moonlight Sonata, the classic stuff that a lot of kids like to learn. But yeah, it's great. Is tab a bad thing to get used to? I used to read notes, but I'm not bothered anymore. You know what? I used to read chord. My instructor in high school, he didn't write notation, so I don't know how to read notes for guitar. I know how to read notes when I played trumpet, but not for guitar. So he would write the like G and then the strums, how many strums on what beat and all that. I don't think it's a bad thing to get used to tablature. It just really depends on what you're looking to do with it. If you're wanting to learn a song like say Reckless Love, you look up the tabs, go for it. Like, you can. A lot of the stuff that I'm teaching here, you can look up any song online. Just look up, So Will I tabs, and it'll show you. Or So Will I chord chart, and it'll show you. And I taught you how to read the chord chart so you can learn how to play any song out there. However, the advantage of learning how to read notes, how to read music and read notes is that you could be hired anywhere. So Carlos Santana is in town, and his other guitarist, his rhythm guitarist is sick and he can't play. They're looking for someone. They could just give you the notes. You could read off of that and get through it, right? Unless you're good at improvising like he is. Or say some jazz band or some stage band needs a guitarist and they hire you and they have all the sheet music. Well, you're able to read that and follow along just fine. Someone who only reads tabs or can only play by ear can't do that, right? So I kind of improvise a lot. When I'm playing with my accordion player, sometimes he'll say, oh, I know that song. It's in the key of A. And I'll just listen. So when his voice is changing and it's like, ¿Qué sería de mi vida si tú me dejaras? ¿Qué sería de... I could tell based on where his voice is going that he's gonna make a change. This is all that right? So I can follow along and sort of improvise as I go along. But if he has a song that has a lot of chord changes, I'm gonna get lost. That's just the truth. So it really just depends on what you want to do with it. Chord scales, that will help. Yeah, you can learn chord scales. That's true. You can learn some chord scales. You can learning scales also teaches you a lot, because as you're doing those scales, you know which one is your I don't know, your fourth, right, and which one is your fifth. So if you have a note that is like a sixth, then you could then you could figure it out, right? So you can figure out different chords and stuff, different notes. So there's a lot to guitar, but what we're covering here are the very basics, enough for anybody to be able to play at church or play at a birthday party, or even at some point teach. So for some of you, this can turn into a business. Some of you will learn how to play, learn everything that I just taught you. You can even use that app. I don't care. Use it. It's free. It's yours. And if at some point you want to teach other people how to play, you can teach them the exact same way that I did. So everything I just taught you is duplicatable, and you can teach other people. And who knows, if you're young, if you are, let's just say you have a teenager, you're 15 or 16, you keep practicing. By the time you're in college, instead of having to get a job and go to school, you can teach on your spare time. And then this way, it's just an hour of your time. You can do group classes and charge a certain amount per student and teach them all as a group, and then still be able to make money for your extra little expenses and stuff like that, or a little extra income for your household, for food, for trips, what have you. It's a good way of making just a little bit of extra cash if you wanted to. Sorry, Juliana, no need to be all confused. Just ignore everything that we just mentioned. That's just a little bit more advanced stuff, but you'll get there. Okay, I promise. So don't be confused. But when you're seeing someone running, you're still a baby, like crawling. Okay, you'll eventually learn how to walk, and you'll eventually be running as well. All right, familia. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. We keep an eye on the comment section. If you have any other questions, you can always email me at the email previously posted. And we will see you on our next adventure. Hang on, I saw a question. Does anyone have any tips on playing bar chords? It seems impossible since I do finger style. My teacher never bothered to show me how. Hot Tamale, if I may suggest, go visit our last session. In our last session, session number 3, I covered the bar chords, and I showed you a few exercises that you could do to make those bar chords a lot stronger. And I know that Robin said it really helped. And now their bar chords are sounding a little bit more cleaner. So definitely check out the previous lesson that we had, and then let me know, okay? But if you have any questions, email me. I got you. All right, familia. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you all so much. Please remember to continue to spread love, okay? Peace.